How's it going, everyone? I just have a quick idea that came to me, and it's really got me thinking about some things. So, for a second, I want you to picture something. I want you to picture a deer that's just been shot or wounded. What's it doing? It's lying on the ground, it's stagnant. I've personally shot deer before. Not that y'all need to go do that, but I see that when they get shot or when any animal gets hurt, it's going to stagnate and sit on the ground and most likely die, or at least when it's wounded, it's going to sit there and not move to heal. And so what it got me thinking is stagnation leads to death. You need to be in motion at all times in your life. Recently I've been in kind of not a state of stagnation at all, just definitely a transitionary period within my career, my business, and my life overall. And so I don't have the same type of motion that I had earlier in the summer, where I'm just hammering away at these certain goals and I'm doing all of the same things and moving towards those, and because I'm kind of reassessing now, I'm pivoting a little bit. And so what it reminded me is I hit like a point yesterday where I wasn't as productive during the day. I was kind of getting a little more introspective and thinking about things, and overthinking things. And I had this moment where I was like, dude, what are you doing right now? I was sitting in my chair just thinking about things. And I had already figured out like my pivot and everything that I'm going to do. But I was still thinking about things. And I realized, I was like, dude, you're stagnant right now. You need to go do something. You need to go take action and start making some progress towards something, or else you're going to sit there thinking. And so I got my butt up and I went to the gym, which sounds cliche, but I got motion. I got some movement going. I went and worked out, got a good sauna, sat there and sat with my thoughts for a bit, just kind of releasing toxins and also probably just some emotional weight and things like that. Hit a little cold plunge, took a shower, and I sat down on my laptop and I was back. I was so back. And that decision to not just sit here on my phone and stagnate and think made all the difference. I realized that I was in a moment of stagnation, and I know that stagnation leads to death and decay. And the last thing you want is death and decay, especially when you have momentum. Momentum is one of the best things you can possibly have, and the moment you kill momentum is going to be so difficult to try and regain the same momentum you had. And so this is just to say, like, if you see yourself in a point of stagnation right now, or you're catching yourself sitting there thinking a lot, thinking about things, reflecting on things, you need to stop doing that. You need to get into a state of momentum and motion. There's a time for reflection, and there's a time for thinking on things and taking a step back, which is what I did. But I did it to pivot into a new state of motion. And that's exactly what you need to do. And if you weren't in motion before, whether that's business, fitness, anything like that, the way to generate it is action. Like, I just literally went to the gym, went complete bozo mode working out, just got all of my energy out, got my blood flowing, got a lot of movement going. My metabolism's running again, and then I hit the sauna and I'm releasing all this negativity and detoxifying all these toxins, and I'm back. That's how I get myself back. If I feel like I'm getting introspective, I know I need to kind of get in my body and get moving and do things. And so that's what I recommend to you. Think of that image of a healthy deer running through the woods, preferably not running away from anything, but always in motion and moving towards something, versus that stagnant deer that is injured and it's sitting in a spot and it can't move and it has to heal itself. I'm telling you, stagnation leads to death, and motion is the most important thing ever. Go take a walk if you need to. Go walk around and think. I prefer going to the gym and jumping rope and lifting weights and just moving my body and getting back into my body and out of my head. And so I highly recommend doing that if you see yourself in a state of stagnation or in limbo or anything like that. Just start taking massive action and get into motion. I have a Substack linked below. It's called the VestigeCo, and it's a completely free Substack, and I write about all of this in depth and probably a little less chaotically than when I'm speaking it like this. So if you want to go take a look at that, it's completely free. I talk about diet, entrepreneurship, mindset, all of that, and I think you could really benefit from it. I appreciate you if you're still watching this. Quick rant, but yeah, have a great day.